Humans are amazing imitators. Whether we're just meeting a friend for a coffee or at a bus stop waiting with a group of people, we automatically and unconsciously imitate the actions of other people. Humans are quite unique in this way. There's no other species that imitates quite like us. So how do we get to be so good? Is our imitative ability due to our nature or to our nurture? Right, so we could have evolved to imitate. Imitation is adaptive. It allows us to learn new skills from other people and helps us bond socially with our group mates. On the other hand, maybe we learn this skill through our development. So parents from a very early age imitate their children. If you put a parent in a room with a child and just ask them to interact normally, approximately 15% of the time spent interacting will be spent with the parent imitating the child, giving them the right type of experience to allow them to learn how to imitate. Okay, how do we differentiate between these two ideas, whether imitation is innate or learned? Well, we can run an experiment, and I'm going to show you that experiment today by dividing you into two experimental groups and doing it with the audience. So you're going to be one experimental group, you're going to be my imitation group, and you guys are going to be my opposite group. And what you have to do is do two actions. You either have to clap your hands or stamp your foot, okay? My imitation group, if you see me clap, you copy and do the same thing, you clap. If I stamp, you stamp. Opposite group, you have to do the opposite. If I clap, you stamp, and vice versa, okay? So just try to react as quickly as possible. I'm going to start, alright? Here we go. Everyone was amazing. And what can we learn from this? And I don't know if you could hear it, but there was a slight milliseconds of this group being a bit quicker. And that is just a simple but effective way of showing you that humans are good at imitating. But how do we then learn how we get to be so good at imitating? Well, we take this group, the opposite group, and we keep training you. And eventually you become really, really good at doing the opposite actions, right? Okay, so now you're really good at counter-imitating. What happens when we then ask you to imitate? Well, if imitation is innate, then by going back to imitate, you'll actually find it really easy. You've got a part of your brain ready to imitate. It should kind of kick in and you'll be really, really good. If it's learned, then by switching over, you actually are interfering with any previously learned experience, and so you should be very bad at imitating. What happens when we do this in the lab? Well, in the lab, it really messes up with imitation, suggesting imitation is learned and not something we're born with. However, we may not be born to imitate, but we are born motivated to attend to social interactions. And attending to our social worlds is something that humans are particularly unique at.